let us continue here to the next meme here. Guardian. Dragonhunters are solid damage dealers. Okay, oh, hang on. No. All right. Never mind. Right. Dragonhunters are solid damage dealers. Guys, show some goddamn respect, okay? Otherwise, you don't get to talk. Guardian. Dragonhunters are solid damage dealers, but there were a few couple spots that needed some tuning. Deflecting Shot, in particular, had a very short cast time and became crowd control when traded with heavy light. We've rolled the crowd control into the skill itself and increased its cast time to ensure that it feels reasonable for its effect. Several traits have also been improved for ease of understanding, like dulled senses affecting any foe you crowd control, not simply those you knock back. A couple particularly unused traits in the core virtue specialization have been replaced with fresh options. Okay, sounds like a good overview there as well. Look, DH is actually, dude, so many people play DH right now. It's actually insane. So many people play DH in PvP. You even see it in ATs. If it's not that good, but people play it. Maybe this is finally, it's time to shine, my friends. Could this be it? Could this be? It's time to shine. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. True Shot. Increase the damage in PvE and improves the direction your arrow flies when you don't have a target selected. Like, DH is so good. Like, there's no way it could be good, right? There's just no way. Deflecting Shot. The skill now knocks back its animation has been slowed down to fire at 740. Wow, way more of a wind up there on that. And it does no damage now. It's just a knockback. But it's knockback by default. So, you know, there is that. Don't have to take the trait if you don't want to. But there you go. Hunter's Ward, increase the damage dealt, is now... I mean, these are a lot of... these are kind of... these are like global PvE changes here as well. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's still going to deal quite a lot of damage, I guess. That's quite a lot of damage on the final impact there as well. Spicy. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Indeed, my friends. But, I mean, there you go. Like, DH in PvE... Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about that one, dude. Chains of Light. I saw this trait here, this change on this ability. This is actually insane. The utility that this gives you in raid is ridiculous. Slow down the animation so the strikes occurs at 600 MS, up from 400. Again, easy to dodge. But you get 5 seconds if immobilize in PvE? 5 seconds? Oh my god! That's insane! If you're playing Viper Firebrand... that is 7.5 seconds, 8 seconds immobilized. That's absolute madness. That's such a great piece of utility, actually, for Guardian in PvE. Even in DH, when you're full power, 5-second immob and 5 vuln as well. Dude, what an insanely strong ability. Great raid utility there as well for Scepter. And this is kind of, honestly, I'm not sure if I particularly like this kind of thing, because Guardian already has amazing utility with the tomes, Firebrand in particular, and now it has even more. So I think you got to be careful, especially seeing as it is a God mode DPS, God mode buffer. Like, Guardian is ArenaNet's favorite profession right now, dude. Okay, right? They love it, dude. Okay, they absolutely love it. But anyway, dulled senses. This trait no longer increases vulnerability when you cripple a foe. This trait now cripples any enemy you disable, not the ones, not just those who you knock back there as well. So yeah, they're kind of like rolling this stuff into... we saw this happen with Mesmer, I think. They changed it from enemies you interrupt to enemies you disable. So they're kind of streamlining some of the stuff down a little bit there as well. So there you go. Just a bit more straightforward now to understand. Heavy Light. This trait no longer causes deflecting shots to knock back, because it already does that now. It now gives you stability whenever you disable, not just when you knock back. That is a pretty significant change, right? Because you can have a shield knockback. You can pull on your F1. You can knock back with your Longbow there as well. This is considerably more stability, right? From this trait, right? Like, you know, that's some good stuff right there as well. It's some good memes. Some good memes. Although I guess the shield 5 is a knockback as well, so never mind. But, you know, you can pull people, and then there you go. Easy. And I guess Dragon's Maw will give you stability as well, because that's a pull. So, yeah, it just means that all your CC capacity will give you that high value there on with heavy light there as well. Stoic demeanor. This trait can now affect the same enemy each second of every 3 seconds. So this is the burn and slow trait in Firebrand. And I guess this means you can now just chain 2 of these things together, right? You can like pull someone and then knock them away, and then you'll get almost like a double proc of that as well there. I think this trait, you've got to watch out for it. Like, this trait is something to be a little bit scared of, to be honest, because slow is very good. Slow is a very powerful trait, and can be quite scary, to be honest. So watch out for that. Virtuous Solace. This trait has been retired and replaced by Inspiring Virtue. Virtuous Solace gave you that free little sanctuary when you got hit, but now Inspiring Virtue does this. This trait gives you increased damage after activating a Virtue. Oh my god. Dude, they're buffing DH, right? Because that means you line... Wait, why are they doing this? They're making it worse. Guardian is already like God mode in PvE. And they're making it more extreme. You know what? I'm going to give him the thumbs up. We're going to give him the seal of approval right there, boys. That is some good energy right there. Okay. I don't know. We don't know how good that is, I guess. We don't know how strong that is. But yeah, Virtue's DH is going to be really disgusting now. If you end up playing that, like, that is going to be very, very bursty. Unscathed Contender, Virtuous Solace there, or rather Inspiring Virtue. Just start going ham, man. Big damage, man. That's a good trait. And of course, this will be good for Firebrand if you're playing Virtues as well, because normally you would just be kind of relegated to taking Glacial Heart, which is not most amazing trait in the universe. But now you can take this, so when you go in your tome, you can get some more damage. I wonder, wait, there's no way that it would give more condition damage as well. No, this is quite specific, so they wouldn't say that. Yeah, they wouldn't say that shit. There we go. Wrathful Spirit. This trait now grants Fury in addition to Retaliation when the Aegis ends on Wrathful Spirit. Dude, they're trying to make my Aegis Guardian a thing, dude. This is actually quite a powerful trait. Like, Retail is really aids, and being able to give it AoE with Aegis is very, very strong. And now it gives Fury as well. I think this is actually a PvE change. They're saying, okay, wait, no. Wait, why? Guardian doesn't need this. Guardian already has really good Fury uptime with Axe and with Feel My Wrath. Like, oh, what are they trying to do here? I mean, I guess they're just making the trait better. But it's already so easy to get Fury on Guardian. I don't know. Interesting meme. And then Blinding Jeopardy, rather. This trait has been retired and replaced with Furious Focus. So Blinding Jeopardy is this one. Whenever you're immobile or blind, you inflict vulnerability, but not anymore. Now you inflict vulnerability to any foe you strike while you have Fury. Wow, that could be quite strong with wow, whoa, that's a lot of vulnerability actually you're going to be applying with Zeal, because you already pulse vulnerability, right, with Symbolic Exposure. And now if you have Fury, maybe from your Wrathful Spirit trait, for example, you will also pulse vulnerability as well. Although this is, I guess you have to kind of keep hitting someone while you have Fury. It's more of like an active thing, I guess. Whereas this would just, like, you would just spam, right? You would just spam it out. And this is actually kind of like a bit of a nerf to the weakness mantra here as well, actually. And that also gets nerfed in PvP changes, spoiler alert. Because with this, guys, like, the weakness mantra, blinds. That means your weakness mantra would give weakness, blind, vulnerability, just absolute aids. It's really, really annoying ability to have to deal with, right? It would give you, yeah, as you can see here, right? It's cripple, weakness, blind, and then on top of that, on the hybrid Firebrand, it would give you 3 vuln as well. 4 conditions in one ability. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, very, very powerful skill, and that has now been toned down appropriately. Right. Next changes here with the abilities and stuff like that. The profession mechanics. So, Guardian, Sphere of Justice, damage, it's gone. Honestly, didn't really do that much damage anyway. Not really a big deal. Easy. Siri, oh my god. Firebrand damage. Oh my goodness. Whoa, 1.1 to 0.6. Weakness down to 2 seconds. Power coefficient on the pull. Well, it didn't do any damage anyway. Cooldown's up there a little bit as well. Scorched Aftermath per strike coefficient 0.64 to 0.4. Wow, they are giving Firebrand a bit of a oof right there. I think they want to make it a bit more condition focused, right? They want to be condi focused, right? Particularly if you want to go. If you want to play Firebrand, you've got to go for maybe a more condi setup here. This means that considerably reduces the damage on the hybrid Firebrand build here as well. I think this is kind of weird, actually. I thought they wanted everyone to play hybrid Firebrand, but they are nerfing it quite hard there. However, do bear in mind that everything else is being nerfed, so this may end up being necessary. However, this is quite harsh. Actually, that is a significant damage reduction. Although, to be fair, hybrid Firebrand in general does do a lot of damage right now, actually. You see it particularly very, very strong in ranked gameplay. Less in ATs, because it is quite vulnerable to being focused. Well, Firebrand in general, less so in ATs, because it is very vulnerable to kind of the very bursty power meta that we have right now. So, this may end up not being too bad, and I would like to see Firebrand survive actually and be able to be effective in the next meta. I think it's good to have support classes about the place. I do like that sort of thing. It is quite good. But yeah, there you go. Tome of Resolve. They just destroyed this here. Oh my god, they actually just annihilated it. Desert Bloom coefficient 0.7 to 0.3. Radiant Recovery. Conditions cleansed from 2 to 1. Bear in mind, you heal for each condition you remove, and they didn't compensate you there. So just wait. They halved the healing on that as well. Shining River, 0.6 to 0.1. Oh, less than half. Number of conditions converted from runes from 5 to 2. Wow. Honestly, does it even deserve this? This actually might be too harsh. Bear in mind, guys, in competitive play, Firebrand doesn't, it actually struggles at the high level, at least on EU, right? This is a big ouch for Firebrand, especially the more hybrid builds that kind of need that baseline effectiveness to really shine. This is really, really harsh. Eternal Oasis gets annihilated as well. And something to bear in mind, guys, overall condition application is still quite high overall, and that is a really powerful cleanse ability, just destroyed. Overhalved there as well. This is quite harsh, to be honest. To Firebrand there for sure. And then, Tome of Courage, stability duration. Stop it. He's already dead. He's already dead, guys. 2 seconds to 1 second. 1 second of stability. Why would, come on, who's using this, dude? Right? You're gonna use it for swiftness now, rather than the fucking stab, man. Oof. And the taunt does, the taunt was actually quite a hefty piece of damage. Not anymore, it's not. Wow. When you're in your tomes, you are doing something specific, okay? And if you aren't doing that specific thing, you aren't doing anything, guys. Okay, weapons. Sword damage is down 33% across the board. Whirling Wrath, damage down 33%. Leap of Faith, cooldowns going up, less mobility. Symbol of Wrath, damage down 33%. Binding Blade, no damage. You didn't typically see this have a lot of damage across the board, right? This is GS5, the GS5 pull. You'd use it to pull. It did do a fairly hefty amount of damage, to be fair, actually. Right? But now not anymore, it doesn't. Again, this is all in line. Nothing untoward here. Really, this is just everything's getting nerfed that hard. Makes sense. And Core Guard is not great in PvP right now in general. The GS build, not generally great. And it even gets nerfed a little bit. They actually nerfed the Immobilize, actually. That's gone now. But yeah, it's quite a big bop to Core Guard. But then again, Core Guard, guys, ArenaNet created a monster when they made Core Guard, right? Core Guard is AIDS, right? The instant burst, it's fucking stupid, right? It's not enjoyable. Look, they nerfed it here as well. Lesser Signet of Wrath. Immob duration down from 3 seconds to 1 second. Ha 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 ha. Ah! Ha, ha, ha. There we go. That one had it coming. It did, boys. You know it. I know it. It deserved it. But there you go. Focus. Ray of Judgment is damage down by about 33% again. Shield of Wrath, damage down by 33%. Yep, standard. Shield, power coefficient down 33%. Standard. Zealot's Flame, pulsing burn duration down by 33%. And Zealot's, the active, the power coefficient is down to 1.75. This has always been a bit of an unusual ability. Zealot's Fire has always done quite a lot of power damage, actually. To the point where you'll notice it in PvE. You get some pretty fat crits, actually. And the same is true in PvP there. So, yeah, I think they're kind of purity. Honestly, they could maybe even go a little bit further there. And purity of purpose it a little bit further. Same with Cleansing Flame. Cleansing Flame is such a weird ability. Like, it only does burning at the end of the attack. Really weird ability. But then again, I guess they didn't want it to be like a literal flamethrower that burnt on every pulse. Although that would be kind of fun, right? Imagine if it did like a third of a second burn on every pulse. Like you're burning as long as you're being hit by it. Oh no, that could be kind of fun. But yeah, unusual ability. But yeah, again, nothing particularly unusual there as well. DH on Longbow. Wow, power coefficient is down a lot there as well. True Shot down. Oh, look at that, guys. True Shot not getting nerfed that much. DH confirmed, boys. DH is confirmed. Nice. I like it. I like the energy on that. That's good. I mean, is DH going to be good? It's really hard to make a prediction, actually. Like, DH might be able to thrive in a meta with a lot less spam right now, but it is difficult to say, to be honest. Especially with like where there's a lot less, you know, you don't really need to be that mobile. You might need, if they prune mobility a lot, then maybe DH can kind of make a little bit more of a comeback, but it might be a little bit tricky. I've never really understood why people love DH so much. It's always been a bit of like not really a class I've ever particularly liked. But then again, that's just me, you know. That's just me, man. That's just me. Yeah, it should be. I'd be surprised if a lot of the old classes didn't come back, because they're de-power creeping a lot of stuff, right? They're de-power creeping a lot of abilities, man. But yeah, we shall see. All right, auto attack chain. Core Cleave. This is the axe auto attacks here as well. Damage is going down there a lot. Wow, yeah. And dude, the third auto attack has always done a shit ton of damage, actually. Like a shit ton of fucking damage, actually. And now they are reducing that, but then again, not that much, actually, and kind of in line with everything else there as well. Symbol of Vengeance damage going down. Hybrid Firebrand getting the wallop once again. No! My axe pull. This was so strong, man. I played this in World vs. World for such a long time. Like, I played this like years ago, actually. You know, even a little bit after PR for this, because of how good this ability is in World vs. World. It's still really good, actually. So yeah, and having a burning pull is a bit weird. Like, it's good enough just to have a pull, to be honest with that. I guess it's Blazing Edge, so it's got to have burning on it. It's Firebrand, it's got to have burning. But yeah, there you go. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good, I mean, that's fine, I guess. I don't have a problem with that. Receive the Light. Reduced initial self-heal coefficient from 0.8 to 4.2. Reduced allied pulse heal coefficient from 0. Whoa! Wow. I feel like they're being a little harsh on supports here. But I think, I know why. You guys know why they're being a little harsh to supports? Because, you know, at night, ArenaNet, they're tucked up in bed, right? You know, with their gem store quilt, right? You know, dreaming some sweet dreams, but then the nightmare creeps into their head, guys. They remember Heart of Thorns launch and the bunker meta, dude. And then they're like, never again! And they're gonna make sure that it doesn't get too overpowered, so it doesn't get out of hand. So this makes sense to me. Yeah, but yeah, they are being a little harsh with a lot of these support abilities, I think. But they just really want to make sure there's not a bunker meta, I think. I think they really want to guarantee that it doesn't happen. And that makes sense. Because, to be honest, not having supports in the game is not as bad as not having kills in the game. So, I'm okay with it. Litany of Wrath, that's going up. Yep, sure, fine. Signet of Resolve, yep, sure, fine. The DH trap, getting nerfed, but yeah, appropriately with the rest of everything in the entire game. Oh, dude, why do they hate Mantra of Solace so much? Wow. Heal coefficient down from 0.54 to 0.25 base heal down to only 1,000. And then the final heal is down to 0.5 as well. Ooh. Yeah, that is... Oh, man. The nerfs aren't so bad if you consider supports are full healing power support runes. Well, I mean... They're nerfing Mender's amulet, actually. And they're nerfing a lot of the... they're nerfing the boon duration on runes. So, I mean, I don't know, dude. Ooh. Right, utility skills. Hallowed Ground. Cooldown's going up. Oh, maybe didn't deserve that one. I think some of these cooldowns are getting a little bit long. I do think ArenaNet should be cautious of making stuff be too long and instead look at redesigning the skills to make them usable more often but maybe less impactful. Just increasing cooldowns can kind of make the game a little bit less button pressy to a certain extent, if that makes any sense. I think I have to be a little careful with that, I think, but sure. Especially on abilities that don't see play either. Judge Intervention, no damage and less burning too. Wow! It's just going to be pure mobility there as well. And wow. Deleting the burning on that as well. My goodness. Oh, at last. World vs. World will now use the PvP version of the skill of 5% revive pulse. On Merciful. This was so obnoxious in PvP because you, World vs. World, you insta-res people with this. Oh, it's so annoying. I wonder if it's still worth using. Honestly, Merciful Intervention is actually really nice because it allows a Guardian to reconnect with their group if they get picked off, if they get slowed or something like that, and you can teleport to your friends. So it's still a very strong ability, actually. But that is a massive nerf. That might push it out of World vs. World usage. You may see some other experimentation. There was a time when people were using Signet of Mercy, actually. I wonder if Guardians would consider using something like that, actually. But yeah, this is a massive bop, actually, to Merciful. Still quite useful, but more specific situations. Smite Condition. Reduce base power conversion from 0.85 to 0.2. I'm actually not sure if I like that. I kind of feel that Smite... This is how this ability is supposed to do damage when you smite a condition on yourself, like Guild Wars 1. So nerfing it that hard is maybe a little extreme, actually. Maybe make it scale on how many conditions you remove, or something like that. Like, and because you can get 3 now. You could have like a tiered system where the more conditions you smite, it will be stronger and stronger. But I don't know. I think that's a little bit too purity of purpose for me. I think. Hold the line, dude. This ability sucks. Why are we making it worse? Stand your ground. I knew they were... Yeah. Reduce target from 10 to 5. Excellent work. This is stupid. Honestly, this is broken in PvE, by the way, as well. This is going to make the DH mains cry, but this one could probably get merged with PvE as well. Broken ability. Absolutely broken ability. Cooldown going up to 45 seconds. You know, I'm not sure if I like this approach overall. I kind of feel like the stability should be maybe given to other classes instead of just making it worse on Guardian, right? If that makes any sense, right? All power abilities got reduced though. Yeah, but they also reduced this one by, instead of 33%, they reduced it by 75%, right? Yeah. So I'm not sure about this. There's my concerns with this balance patch are around. I feel they have really reduced stun breaks and kind of a lot of the stability uptime, but they haven't reduced the amount of stuns. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they want to kind of push World vs. World to more like independent stability, like independent stab on other players. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Bane Signet, damage has gone there as well. Yep, fine. Bow of Truth. Oh no, Bow of Truth. I mean, this was a very strong ability, actually. Didn't really see a lot of play, though, but because it kind of got nudged out of the meta by other skills as well. I think Jack from Wolves was experimenting with this for a while. It's quite a strong ability, actually. Hammer of Wisdom. Yep, doesn't do any damage. Nope, no damage in CC at the same time. Didn't really see play, though. Sword of Justice reduces the volume from 8 to 6. You know, Sword of Justice does see play on that guy's meme-tastic Condi Guard build. Dude, I feel like that, dude. Watch out for Condi Guard. Holy shit. It's going to be terrifying. Yeah, if everyone has stab, it will be AIDS in PvP. Well, I was talking about World vs. World, you bloody clown. Because in World vs. World, you kind of need a lot of stability, otherwise you're just going to get Omega CC locked. Test Fragments of Faith, cooldown going up to 60 seconds. Ooh, and the power is going down there as well. Yeah, see what I mean, though? Like, a lot of these cooldowns are getting really high, right? Like, real high. Test of Fate. Increased power coefficient of pass-through attack from 2.52 to 2.8. Wait, whoa. Whoa! Whoa! Dude, DH! DH! Insane. Insane. Here we go. Big damage. That's actually a lot of damage now. It's even more now. And it didn't get nerfed? Dude, this is spicy. Yeah. Reduce the power coefficient of the initial attack from 1.4 to 0.1. Yeah, that's good. Make it more about the actual theme of the ability, right? Reduce protection duration from 6 seconds to 2 seconds. Reduce the cripple duration from 6 seconds to 3 seconds. Yeah, reduce that down across the board. Actually, the protection duration kind of hurts actually a little bit. 1/3 duration, that kind of hurts. A little bit extra damage though feels good. And just reducing the damage of, increasing the damage a little bit, you know, because every is okay, I think, because boon duration is going down, so the protection doesn't hurt that much. Yeah, makes sense to me. All right, Mantra of Flame. They are, wow, they're just nerfing this ability very hard. If you are an instant ability, you're getting fucked. This is good design. Instant abilities shouldn't be that good. And wow, yeah, we really see it. Power has gone a Mantra of Truth. And the duration is down to 2 seconds. At last. Cripple, Blind, and Vuln. It's going down. It's going away, and it feels good. Yeah, feels good, man. Cripple, Weakness, and Blind getting destroyed. That is what we like to see. The weakness there in particular is really, really obnoxious. So removing that from Mantra 2 is really, really good. However, again, it's something to be. There is to be a little bit. This is to be a little bit scary, I think, because like if you nerf too much of the anti-power stuff and the sustain as well, you might just end up getting flattened, right? Like Firebrand is ooh. Whoa! This kind of hurts for Firebrand in PvP, I think. Like, a lot of the tools for it surviving are getting removed, which is interesting. But then again, the sustain across the board is down there as well. It's very hard to predict across the board as well. Mantra of Potence. Oh, wow. Massive nerf on Mantra of Potence. Less than 50%. Holy shit. That's crazy. My goodness. My goodness. That is a big meme. Condi meta incoming? No. And a lot of the anti-power tools are being removed here, Slorak. So I don't know. I think power will be fine. Condi got nerfed by the amulet and stuff. Mantra of Potence. This didn't really see a lot of play anywhere, but now it really won't. Elite skill, Feel My Wrath. Again, didn't really see play. Still won't probably. Dragon's Maw. Oh no! Yeah, see, they've Prime Light Beamed it as well. Like this, I mean, the cooldown is down by 33%, but it doesn't do any damage now. It's just there to trap you. It just traps you. I guess it's kind of okay because it is quite a powerful effect if you're able to pull it off and then get some AoE down there as well. So I guess you can work with that. But oh, Mantra of Liberation. What is this? What is this? Increase the cooldown from 40 to 60 seconds and increase the ammo recharge from 25 to 45 seconds. And the stab is down from 5 seconds to 1 second and 4 seconds on the final charge there. Oh my god. Yeah. So now this is effectively an AoE stun break, right? This is now your Guardian stun break if you run that. Now, consider that Renewed Focus is already being played, and this is a pretty considerable nerf here. I think Mantra of Liberation might be a little bit rip. I wonder if it would ever come back in World vs. World. I think this is so powerful because of the stun break capacity and not getting caught in World vs. World that it might still be good. But then again, if you get into a situation when you're in a bit more of like a sustain ball fight in World vs. World, maybe you want to refresh your cooldowns there as well, but you need stability. You need constant stab in World vs. World. Oh my god, this is actually... I think World vs. World might be a lot more interesting, actually, like after these changes here. Like you're going to have to really think about how to play the game mode, I think, and work together with other teams. Firebrand isn't going to like hard carry you on stab anymore. No 10 target, Mantra of Liberation nerfed, Tome 3 nerfed there as well. Oh, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. All right, Zeal, we're on the traits now, boys. We are on the traits. So, Lesser Symbol of Wrath from Zealot Speed. Reduce the power coefficient pulse from 0.5 to 0.25. So this is the minor trait here. Again, it's a passive thing. They don't like it. They're removing it. There you go. Easy. It is. Why is this trait called Zealot Speed? I think that... Wait, can we get a rename on this? Cast Lesser Symbol of Wrath when you're struck below the health threshold. Zealot Speed. Yeah, that needs a rename. That doesn't make any sense. I've only now realized that. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, right, but never mind. That aside, let's continue. Yeah, that's fine. Passive traits suck. Zealous Scepter. Reduce the might duration from 10 seconds to 6 seconds. Ooh. Did that really see a lot of play? I believe... I think there are actually a few builds that played Scepter and Zeal. On Guardian. It was quite uncommon. It was like a variant of some of the Guardian builds in PvP. But, you know, now you could actually stack a lot of might with this. Like in PvE, you can stack a shit ton of might, actually. Oh, nice. As well, which is kind of good. No one played that trait in PvP? Yeah, I feel like this was not a PvP trait, right? This was more like a PvE trait, so it just got nerfed kind of to keep it in line with everything else. Let's ignore it. Great change here. Passive Immobilize. Like, it just comes out of nowhere on Core Guard. Oh, yes. Core Guard is actually, Core Guard is one of those things that I think is really difficult to deal with for new players, but wasn't actually that good. So nerfing this doesn't really affect competitive play, and it kind of anti-fucks new players who just got, like, annihilated by Core Guard. They get eaten alive by it. This is a good change. Radiant Fire, burn duration, it's down, feels good, man. Dude, I still feel like, you guys know who I'm talking, right? Like that one guy who plays like the meme Burn Guard and like 1v2s people sometimes. I feel like it's still good. You don't really need duration to make that work, right? I like it. I like where this is going, actually. You know? Ibba, that guy. Yeah. Burn Guard has escaped unscathed, my friends. He is ready. Dude, he is ready to slay on his Burn Guard build. All right, Might of the Protector. Reduce the might duration from 15 seconds to 6 seconds. So this is in Valor. And to be honest, it wasn't really that relevant because you do fuck all damage on full support Firebrand anyway. But it's quite a weird trait, actually. You stack up a really, really high amount of might, actually. As well, and of course you do play, so you got a lot of might, but honestly it wasn't particularly relevant. But yeah, duration, it is now not very high anymore. So well, there you go. Smiter's Boon, base power coverage, same as Smite Condition, gets a whack. And Monk's Focus, this is a sustain on Firebrand, getting reduced a little bit, but it's in line with everything else, so not really a problem. Why that serious Twitch Prime, Tails with the tier 1 buff hollow? Yeah, dude, well, you're getting your wish, Tails. Here you come, it's going to be big. Yeah, isn't the whole point of burn colonies that it was supposed to be low duration, high damage? Yes, there you go. That is what it is. Right, Honor, Selfless Daring. This is one of probably the most requested changes for World versus World, I think, actually. Nerfing the on-dodge heal on Firebrand. Or Guardian, right? Yeah, this is a really good change. Invigorate Bulwark. Reduce bonus outgoing healing per stack from 5% to 2%. Ooh, that is, yeah, that trait is not as good anymore, but it is still quite good. It will give you a 10% healing modifier if you get a lot of blocks, and it will give you mace cooldown skill reduction if you're using mace, so it's not the worst. This trait was certainly a bit overtuned, honestly. It's quite easy to get all those blocks, and the stacks last a long time. So yeah, this is a really powerful trait. Honorable Staff, base concentration, 120 to 60. Reduce bonus concentration, willing staff to... Yeah, so halve the free concentration from Honorable Staff. Makes sense to me. Pure of Heart. This is another one of those really, really key traits in PvP in particular, I would say, actually. And they have, wow, they nerfed it quite hard. 516 base and 0.3 healing coefficient. Yep, that's a big nerf to the sustain of the Firebrand itself. And its healing output as well, particularly in conjunction with the Aegis heal skill. The Aegis heal skill got like a proper slap this patch here as well. It got destroyed in debate, and that's the follow-up there. Empowering Might duration is down. Nah, this trait wasn't even, didn't really see that play. It's still got 10 targets, though. Big value, but, you know, honestly, it's not even good enough to do some kind of, like, Might stack build in PvE. It's not even good enough there, really. But there you go. Writ of Persistence. Oh! Oh, Symbol Brand. Oh, my goodness. Base heal is down to 64, and the scaling is 0.04 as well. Oof. Oh. Oh, you hate to see it, boys. And then Force of Will, healing modifier, is halved. So instead of 1% for 100 vitality, it's 0.5. This trait was really, really, really strong. To be honest, you know what I want to see here? I wonder if you might end up seeing some variation here. Because this trait is still very good. It will still give you like a 15% heal modifier. No, it won't. It'll give you more like a... Give you more... Well, yeah, because on Min's it's like 25%. Now it'll be more like 12% in World versus World. Still quite good, actually. 3k extra health is quite good as well. Yeah. It is good. It is good indeed. But I wonder if you could see the shout trait here, because you're going to want to use stand your ground a lot. And that it's now more impactful because the skill has a longer base cooldown. I think Pure Voice should be buffed here. Pure Voice should get a buff rolled in there as well. Maybe make it 2 conditions converted into boons when you use this as well. Maybe even more than that, because yeah, you could maybe do 2. Maybe give it an extra effect as well. You could give it a third effect on top of that. Not sure what you could give it. Because I feel like 3 conditions might be a little bit too good on shouts converted into boons. I feel like 2 might not be quite good enough. Shouts heal, we already have that on warrior. Maybe shouts, maybe they convert a condition to a boon. I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. It's a bit of a weird one because the shouts are already so strong. You don't want to overtune the shouts, but I feel like you also want to make them a teeny tiny little bit better. Then the shout trait is a little bit shit, you know. And 2 conditions might not be good enough. But that will be 10 conditions over 5 targets because it's not 10 target anymore. Maybe you could even get away with 3. You could maybe even get away with 3. No, you'd have to stick with 2. Maybe you could just increase the overall boon duration. Maybe you take the shout trait, it increases boon duration on the shouts there as well, or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Yeah, they could give Vigor as well, I guess. That would be a really spicy change for PvE, actually, as well. Could be kind of cool to have some Vigor application there. Okay, yeah. All right, well, there you go. Virtues. Retaliated Subconscious is the passive trait when you get CC'd. Nerfed. That trait sucks. One of those lame traits in the entire game. Glacial Heart. Damage is gone down as well. Now, this is actually... this got nerfed. You actually saw a little bit of play here, actually, in PvP on this hybrid, like the Sage Amulet, hybrid Firebrand. Well, guess what? Okay, that trait just got a bit of a bop. Although the AoE chill, although the targeted chill, is still quite good. However, it may end up getting replaced by the other Virtue trait. That seems quite strong. Actually, no, it won't. This trait is still pretty damn good for that. But then again, hybrid Firebrand in general gave a little bit of a meme. Put region on it, shouts that you have 3 7 region. Yeah, that's not very good, though. That's the thing. It's not quite good enough. Okay, we continue. Dragonhunter. Defender's Dogma. Reduce Justice Recharge from 3 seconds to 1 second. Reduce the internal cooldown from 3 seconds to 1 second. So basically it's kind of the same, except you don't get like a big chunk. Now you have to you know, wait. You have to keep proccing it in order for that to work. It's basically like whenever you block, this happens, right? It's whenever yeah, here you go. Blocking an attack causes Justice to reach its maximum charge and reduces the cooldown of Spear of Justice by 3 seconds. Now, so basically this means that when you've got your F3 up, it's very roleplay, right? You're going to see all your cooldowns come down when you're holding up your block, right? And it's kind of makes Aegis less good and makes actual blocking better, right? So there you go. It's thematic. It makes sense. Dulled Senses. Vuln is down from 8 to 6 seconds. Yep, they want you to have that smaller burst window, so you've got to time your shit, then use it. Soaring Devastation. Reduce the power coefficient from 1.5 to 0.5. Purity of Purpose. They want it to just do a little bit of damage and immobilize instead, because here's Soaring Devastation. That's what it does. It immobilizes. It's quite a strong immobilize there as well. I think it's 3 seconds baseline. Good stuff. Hunter's Determination. Increased the cooldown from 90 seconds to 300 seconds. Yep, deleted it from the game. Heavy Light. The stability duration is down from 6 to 3 seconds. Yeah, so that they have kind of made the trait a little bit better. Now it procs on every CC you do. So that's pulls, knockdowns, stuns, and knockbacks, all that sort of stuff. Like, honestly, the access to stability hasn't increased that much because on DH you have a pull and you have 2 knockbacks as well, right? So you don't have a crazy amount of extra access to stab, and they reduce the duration, but it's in line with everything else, so it makes sense. And then Firebrand. Quickness duration on Swift Scholar is down from 3 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Oh, that actually is a little bit harsh. Oh my god. That is brutal. Firebrand already has a bit of a problem that it especially after the renewed focus, right? It can't get to its tome and use it quick and use the abilities quick enough, right? That is like, oof. That is oof. The third and CD stuff is kind of stupid. It's so bad you'd never consider taking it. That's the point. So there you go. Unrelenting criticism. It's the Firebrand axe trait here. Bleed duration, that it does not exist anymore. And legendary lore, reduce the burn duration from 20% to 10%, regen from 3 to 1.5, and protection from 2 to 1. Whoa! Honestly, this is, oh, ow. You are really going to have to use your protection abilities in Tome 3 very wisely. But there's such a high cooldown on Firebrand abilities. Man, like, this is really savage. To be honest, this trait has been nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed. It's a terrible thing though. They want to see player torch or something else. Yeah, they don't have the resources to do that. They only did numbers this time, right? They weren't able to do it. And stoic demeanor, reduce the slow duration from 2.5 to 1.5, burning from 5 to 2, but the internal cooldown is on 1 second now. Overall, this is probably worse because you're not going to be like spamming CCs on people constantly, right? So you're going to get overall less value out of this trait, and that's actually good because slow is really obnoxious. Nice.